Hey guys, welcome to the video podcast of marketers. I'm Sonny T. Make sure that you comment below. I really like the community that we have here, and your comments do matter to me, and I answer each and every one of them. Like the video, man. Fucking smash that thumbs up, man, if you dig this video, and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I come out with videos every day. Come to my Facebook group if you dig it. It's funnelhackerpro.com. And also, I have a private accountability group if you want to hold yourself accountable, and if you think you got what it takes, click the link below and fill out the survey. Let's get to the video. I'm kind of like just going live, and I normally do this inside of like my accountability group, right? But I wanted to talk to you guys. And I know that not many of you are going to be on here live. It's the day before Christmas or whatever, but I wanted to tell you that number one is I'm working today, right? I'm working tomorrow. I'm working the next day. And I'm not going to stop working. And in the beginning of the year, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to make New Year's resolutions. There's going to be a lot of people, including you, that are going to say, I'm going to turn over a new leaf or whatever. And what's going to happen is that you're not going to find results like you want right away, right? And you're going to quit. And so I want to stop that from happening. And so I want to talk to you guys really quickly about kind of what's going to happen during the year. So, again, this isn't to discourage you. I don't want you to get it twisted. It's not to discourage you. It's kind of to make you aware of the things that happen when we're trying to make a better lives for ourselves. So the question I asked was, how bad do you want it, right? And you want it bad right now. You know, it's funny, and I'm no different than you. Right now, I want this bad, right? I'm just at a different level than you, but like I'm trying to buy a new house, even another one. I just purchased a house. I'm buying another one, and I want, 20 acres of land, and I want to build a fucking a lake in the middle of the joint. I want to totally redo it and make it my own house. And that's like my goal. Like, Gary Vee wants to buy the jets. Mine is to own, probably more. Even if I could, I'd own 200 acres of land with a lake in between. And just like I have with a trout lake. And it would totally be my utopia, right? And, what do they call those things? Those little what are those things called? ATVs? Yeah, those little ATVs. Running around, chopping wood, swimming in a heated swimming pool. That's my whole thing. So it's how bad do I want it, right? And I taste that every day. Okay. Just to give you an example, I think I might even be busted right now to show you that. Look at this. I'm looking at houses right here. This is a house for sale with plenty of land. And I kind of I'm looking for a place to buy, like, some huge spot. I actually found a really nice barn here, sitting on like 5 acres, right? That I want to totally redo and dump like $1 million into, right? This one it might not be big enough. But my point is that I'm constantly dreaming, and I'm constantly keeping myself hungry. And that right there, that feeling you have in your gut when you think about it, because you're not always on this level, right? There's something that happens, right? But that feeling that you have in your gut when you really say, oh man, I really want something bad, right? And if you don't have that feeling, if you don't want it, then you're not going to get it. Okay, so you have to be doing it for the right reasons, number one. And people always say, what's your why? I don't want to get all woo-woo on you and shit and all like, I don't know, typical coach on you. I'm not telling you that you need to figure out your why, but I am telling you that there has to be a why. If you're just doing it because you see everybody else doing it, kind of monkey see, monkey do, then you're not going to have any success, right? But if you have a reason, like some people say, man, I really want to just do better for my kids, or I really want to provide more for my wife. And so I want to talk about really quickly here why I was a dick on this post. All right. So there's a lot of people that are going to be like, damn, Sonny, you were a dick to this guy. Why were you an asshole to this guy? He said that I need a way to get cash. My wife had brain surgery and we're broke and GoFundMe sucks. So I cut into the dude and I'm like, well, dude, you got to go get a fucking job. His answer was to me, I was like, get a job, homie. If you're broke and don't already have a skill, you got to go to work. His answer to me was, thanks, I have a part-time, I guess, job, and I'm on disability, so I know how to work. Then what's the purpose of this post is what I said. And he, well, never mind. Thanks for the brainstorm. Number one is, dude, if you're not hungry enough to brainstorm for yourself, then why the fuck should we do it? Right? Why the fuck should somebody else have to brainstorm for you if you're really trying to take care of your wife, if your wife really has, had brain surgery and you're really struggling or whatever, right? Then there would be nothing. I'm going to tell you now, if Nancy had just had brain surgery and I had to take care of Nancy, I wouldn't be asking you shit. As a matter of fact, we wouldn't even be talking right now. I'd be too busy trying to take care of my wife. And nobody has to brain fucking do any kind of brain dumps or brain, whatever the fuck I can't even remember what he said right now, but whatever it was, nobody has to do that for me because I want to make sure I can take care of her. So I'm calling bullshit. Right? And that's it. I'm calling bullshit. And if you think I'm being a dick about it, because you have to want it, how bad do you want it? Right? You want to take care of your kids. You want to take care of your wife. Maybe you just want bling. It doesn't matter. I was watching something by Dan Sullivan the other day. And Dan Sullivan said that everybody is working backwards, right? They're working from a need perspective. And back in the day when we had the Depression in the United States of America and from the 40s, everybody needed something. But fortunately, we're not working from a need perspective anymore. You don't have to really have a reason why. The only thing is how bad do you want it? He says you need to work from a want perspective. When you go from need to want, there doesn't have to be a reason. Why do you want money? Because I just fucking want it. There's nothing wrong with that. And I thought that was brilliant when he said that. Wasn't how bad you need it. How bad do you want it, right? Want it. I want it. And there doesn't need to be a reason. You always have to have a reason to say I need. Well, why do you need it? Well, because blah, right? You always try to have that. And that will destroy people. Like, why? You don't need to have a why. You need to destroy that why. I just want it, and that's it. So when you start thinking from a want perspective, it doesn't matter that you want money. It doesn't matter why you want it, right? Just know that you want it is what I'm saying. And then you have to figure out how bad do you want it, right? And like I said, I normally post this kind of thing up in my accountability group, but I want this here because my ultimate goal for you is for you to take control of your life and really do this shit. Now, some of you are going to watch this fucking video and you're going to say, fuck off, Sonny. And some of you are going to really, and one person, which is you, whoever it is right now that I'm touching, I want you to pay attention right now because I don't have to do this video. You see, it's 3 o'clock in the morning up here. It's 3 a.m. I'm up working right now. Writing a book tonight. I'll finally be recording it. Actually, I'm waiting for waffles right now. Waffles and probably some coffee. And after I eat my waffles, I'm going to record. And I'm working at 3 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve because I want it bad. Right. And so I'm always setting my goals and I want you to do the same thing. That's what I want you to do. And I really don't care how many people watch this video. I just want to reach you, that one person. So when you set your goals, this is what I want you to do. And I've said this a million times and I'm going to say it again because we're getting so close to 2018. It's here, right? And all my goals are written. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, but because I'm going to turn on my fucking camera. But you can hear it. What you hear there is my journal, right? And it's tons of goals that I write every day. I write in my journal every day. And so that's what I want you to do. Number one is I want you to write in a journal, right? Okay. That's the number one thing I want you to do. Now, you don't have to go get a moleskin. You don't have to do anything. You could just get a pad of paper if you want to and just write a journal every day. And I want you to write your goals, right? Denzel Washington said, write them daily, write them weekly, write them monthly, right? And then you want to write yearly goals. Now, here's the thing, right? Why you're supposed to write these daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goals is because that's how you're going to break them down. So my goal for the year is to buy a new $1 million house, right? And what I mean by $1 million house is I want to buy a house really that's going to cost me about $200,000 to $400,000, and I want to dump about $200,000 in raw materials. It has nothing to do with paying the people, about 200 grand in raw materials and building the house of mine and Nancy's dream, right? That's my thing. Going from the ground up, gutting the entire thing. In France, you really don't want to kind of pay for like property, like licenses and all that shit. You just want to get a house that's already existed, even if it's an old barn. You'd much rather go from that and build and just kind of go from the guts, right? So that's my goal. But how am I going to achieve that daily? Right? How am I going? What can I do daily to get myself closer to this goal, right? As it relates to my business. And then on those daily goals, or excuse me, what can I do to work monthly first, right? And then what can I do to start knocking off those monthly goals weekly? And then how can I say, okay, so just to give an example, in order to work to this, I know that I want to make at least 50 grand a month, right? So how can I do that? Then I need to break down what I need to do in order to make that 50 grand a month, right? And then, well, once I figure out how to do that, what does that look like weekly there, right? So you would break down 50 divided by 4 or whatever and say, okay, so daily, how do I need to, break that down? So what do I need to do daily to work this out? So let's just say I had to, if I was talking about freelancing, I need to, if I know that I'm only going to convert 1 out of every 5 people I talk to, then I need to say, okay, then these are what the average statistics are. Then if I need to talk to 500 people a month in order so I can convert X amount of people and charge them this amount of money so I can reach my goal, right? And that's what I want you to do. But here's what people do normally when they write their goals down. I'm going to look around here just in case anybody has any questions. If you do, I'm here so you can ask questions. I don't know if anybody's even watching or not. So here's what you do when you write your goals down, right? Most people will write their goals down, put it in a book, and never revisit the goals. And that's the number one mistake that I made in the past, right? But here's some amazing shit. What happens, and I'm not talking about typing it into what do you call it? A spreadsheet. I'm talking about physically writing your goals down on a piece of paper. Here's some amazing shit that happened. And I told this to my wife one day. I wrote some goals down in the year 2000. It was 2000. Okay. And I remember writing those goals on a pad of paper. And there was a lot of those goals on 10 pieces of paper that I had written down. And I hadn't revisited those goals until 2006. All right. To my surprise, though, I had done like 70% of what I'd written down 6 years before then. There's something amazing that happens when you write your goals down, right? I don't know what it is. There's something amazing that happens when you actually write them down. And again, don't be a dork. How bad do you want it, right? You can say all year long to yourself and to everybody, not even to yourself, but all year long in these Facebook groups, you can go around and say, hey, I want to do a brainstorm and help me make more money or whatever. But how bad do you really want it, though? You can lie to everybody else in these Facebook groups and act like you're really working towards your goal. But how bad do you really want it, and are you really working toward the goals, right? And I don't want any excuses. I don't want to hear excuses. Because remember, we're not working from a need standpoint. We're working from a want standpoint. You don't even need a reason why you want it. Just, I want it, and that's it. So what I want you to do, and this is a mistake that I made, was I want you to visit those goals every day. Now, Grant Cardone says that you should write your goals down in the morning when you wake up and just before you go to bed. So it's the first thing on your mind when you wake up, and it's the last thing on your mind before you lay down. And I like that. But, and here's what's the thing. I was like, man, that's cornball shit, right? But here's the thing. It starts to happen naturally. Before I caught myself doing this last night, it kind of freaked me out. Last night, before I went to bed, I wrote my fucking goals down. And then when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did was I opened my journal and looked at them, and I went over my goals. What am I supposed to do today? Here's the thing about goals is they're organic. They're going to change. They're a living, breathing thing. The goals, they're going to change. You're going to make changes and you're going to work. But the thing about it is while you're working on those goals and when they start changing, the thing is that you're working on them. And it's going to happen without you even paying attention. You don't need any tricks. You don't need any timers. You don't need shit. Remember how bad that you want the shit. Just remember that. And how you're going to remind yourself how bad you want it is by writing down your goals and visiting those goals every day. It's organic. It's going to happen. Yesterday, I was supposed to record my book 3 days in a row, and I haven't done it yet. But I keep writing it down in my book. Record my book. I write it down every day. You know what some funny shit is? I wrote down, I need to exercise. I need to exercise. I need to exercise. And I told myself, and I made a joke to Nancy. I said, if I keep writing it down, it's going to happen. And sure enough, I chop wood every day for Nancy, and that's a part of my exercise, daily exercise for 20 minutes of chopping fucking wood, right? Eventually, that's going to turn into more exercise because I'm going to get used to doing it, and that's what's going to happen. But I wrote it down every day, and I kept bringing. I would put a sad face, like, I didn't exercise, but do it today, right? And I just kept doing it. So organically, things are going to happen. Now, I didn't get to finish my book or recording my book, so I said I'm going to do it today. And so today, I'm going to eat waffles, and I'm going to record my fucking book. And if I don't, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to knock out some other goals that I had. And tomorrow, you know what I'm going to write in my book? In my journal, I'm going to record my fucking book. If you visit your goals every day, you'll remind yourself how bad you want it because it's easy to get distracted. Now, I want to warn you before you start in 2018 that's going to wear off. And shit's going to start to happen. And the biggest thing that's going to happen, right? Winter is good. Nope. Everybody's inside, especially live where it's going to snow. Everybody's inside, and winter equals good because you have nothing else to do and you're going to work at it. But here's where your distraction comes. And I've seen it in my sales, and I've seen it in my views on YouTube. Summer happens and we get distracted. Don't do it. Here's the number one distraction for you. The next distraction are holidays, right? Don't let that distract you. It's Christmas, but I'm still fucking working, man. Fuck Christmas. And I'm being serious because Christmas is really something for me to spend money on, spend time on, wasting. I'm eating, I'm not exercising. It fucks everything up, right? So I'm going to work on Christmas, right? Because I'm not where I want to be. All right. So there's a few things that you can do to do that. And visiting your goals daily is one of them. Right. And it's simple as just opening your journal, looking at your journal, revisiting your goals. It takes you 2 minutes. Don't say, Sonny, I don't have time. Then that means you don't want it. Just look at that goals. You'll remind yourself, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this. Let me take 10 minutes and bang this out really quickly. Just on your way out the door to go visit with friends or maybe have lunch or something, or maybe you're supposed to be going to the club that night and you look in your goals and you go, you know what? Hey, guys, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. I need to bang out something really quickly. And that's what's going to make the difference for you. All right. So the next thing I want to tell you is when you're revisiting these goals every day and what's going to make a huge difference. And it's going to become a habit, and that's the next best thing, right? is making good habits. Don't get distracted by bullshit, right? I can't explain to you how bad that can be towards your business when you get distracted with bullshit. Stop, and Gary Vee says this, and stop worrying about dumb shit. All right? If that's one thing that I could give you, that, and it's not come from Gary Vee. I just started doing this when I was in my 30s. I stopped giving a shit about a whole bunch of dumb shit and start really concentrating on yourself. Being selfish now will allow you to be generous later. All right. So you need to really concentrate on yourself, and you can't really worry about a bunch of other shit and what other people are saying. Let me get back to your goals, right? So every day you want to set yourself up 5 lightweight things to do in order of their importance, right? 5 major things in your business that need to be done in order of their importance, right? So name them the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s in order of importance, right? So every day I have to do a YouTube video that's really important, and that's a number 1. I need to send out my emails every day, right? That's in order of importance a number 2, right? You get what I'm saying now, right? So like every week I need to send out on Fridays, send out a newsletter. That's not as important as doing my YouTube video, right? So you want to give yourself numbers 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. And every day pick out at least 3 of the most important things to your business to do every day. Okay? That's how you get productivity done. And you're only setting 3 really important things up. You do 4s and 5s, right? Because if you do this shit early, well, let me go ahead and bang out 4 or 5 today too then, right? So set your goals up like that. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s in the order of importance as it pertains to your business, right? What you need to get done every day. There's some things that you need to do, right? So like I need to write a blog every day. That's important. I need to do my YouTube video every day. That's important. I need to go live in my group or on YouTube every day if I can. That's important, right? And so now I've hired people to kind of take care of some of these things, but these things right here, nobody can do for me. I have to do this. So this is a number 1 for me, right? So I also need, in my other business, I need to do reach out every day. So outreach. Cold outreach is a part of my business, and that's a number 1. That's sales. Without sales, your business is dead, right? So what I want you to do, and this is going to change for you, huge, and it doesn't matter how much time you really devote to this. What I want you to get in the habit of doing is every day working on your business. I'm going to let you go right now, but here's the last thing I'm going to tell you, and this is really important, so pay attention, okay? So I want you to make yourself a calendar, okay? And I want you to mark off 50 days. Okay. And this is not going to be perfect because I didn't do the math, and this isn't scripted shit, right? So it doesn't matter, but I'm just giving you kind of a visual representation of what this is going to look like. So every day I want you to write in your journal. That's number 1. Okay. So I want you to write, and I want you to do brain dumps as well. Just write everything, write how you're feeling. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just write in your how bad do you want it? Remind yourself what you want, and you want to start writing your goals down every day in your journal, okay? That's the first thing I want you to do, and I want you to do this for 50 days, okay? Nonstop, even if it's just 1 minute. If all you write in your journal, one day you just like, fuck, I'm so busy, I can't do nothing. I'm busy. Write it down. Okay. And if that's all you write is I'm busy, try to write the date and where you were if you can. In my journal, I write down the date, the year, and I write down where I'm at, like what house I'm in or whatever, right? The day that you write in your journal, mark 1X, right? The day that you forget to write in your journal, you got to start over again. Okay. And then start again, right? But hopefully you don't fuck up and you keep going. And I want you to go for 50 days. and write in your journal every day, and also give yourself the 1s, 2s, and 3s, right? And you work on your journal and do something, even if it's only 5 minutes worth of work, guys. If all you did is say, I want to write an email, or I want to write a blog post, if all you do is just outline the blog post and get to it later, that's fine, right? It's totally up to you, but just be honest with yourself and get the work done. Mark off another day, mark up another day, mark off another day. And what you're going to find yourself doing is organically, this is going to make sure that you get work done. It's going to happen organically. You're going to be an everyday asshole like me, right? I'm an everyday dickhead. I can't go one day without doing some kind of work because I've created good habits. What does one video a day do for you? It does this. It makes you an everyday dick. It makes you an asshole. Of course it does. People, man, you can't just have one day of fun. No, fuck you. I'm not where I need to be. I have things I want, not what you need. I have things that I want. I've got places I want to go. I need money. I want a new car. I want a new house. I want to provide for my kids. No, I have to work today. How that happens is I didn't start off an asshole. Kind of. I'm kind of organic with this. But with the help of my journal, it's even made me more pinpoint with my work. And it's a good habit. I promise you, if you start what I'm telling you right now, 2018 is going to be awesome for you. And that's what I want, right? There's no pitch to this. I don't have a course to sell you about productivity. What I can tell you is that I've read books and stuff like that, and I've kind of taken what I've needed from each book. I did Jim Rohn's How to Write in Journals. I bullshit you not. It's like a 2-hour course that I went, and I took Zig Ziglar's Goals. I go to old school. I wanted to listen to the old school guys, right? And I did his course called Goals, and I went and bought myself a journal. And then I started writing my goals down. And there was a video from Noah Kagan, the guy that owns AppSumo, online called, I'm probably spelling his name wrong, but anyway, it's called a proactive, how to knock your goals out proactively. And that really changed my life a lot too, right? So I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to give you what I do every day to make yourself a better entrepreneur and how to start doing it. So the first thing you ask yourself is, how bad do I want it? Not need. Don't be needy. Just want it. And you don't need an excuse for wanting it. You don't know anybody's shit. Why do you want money? Because I do. Fuck off. That's why I want it. Right? Why do you want a Ferrari? Because I do. It's just it. I want it. I don't need to, and I don't have to answer to anybody. I want you to get in the habit of that right there. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't owe anybody shit. All right? You owe it to yourself to go take what you want. And that right there is a fucking coffee break.